It's round 11 of the Highline Racing League Services and Supplies Inc. Premier Series. Tonight, 133 laps around the Kansas Speedway for the HighPoint.com 200. I am your producer and commentator, River Page. And as we watch here from the grandstand view, Roberto Ramirez coming around the track now. He's wrecked at turn 2. This is the fastest car so far. The 97 of Scott Wheeler Jr. Top of the charts by 39 one-thousandths of a second to 30.902. He's set here at Kansas, 1.5 mile oval. Just around 30 seconds, peaking at about 190 miles an hour into turn 1 with this Gen 4 stock car. Should be a good show today. 2 races left on the season after today to decide the champion of the Premier Series. The Truck Series got wrapped up last week. So now we just got 3 races left to finish off the year from the Premier Series. Watch the 27 of Adam Bossy, second in the practice times right now. Scott Zellner, third. Kendall Kerr, 4th. Ramirez, 5th. Austin Bloom, Brad Kresch, Dylan Poche, Justin Gibbs, Chad Winch at the top 10. Scott Zellner, the points leader, in 3rd. Standings in the number 2 machine. Has a 15-point lead over James McKee, who is in the 16th position right now in practice. That number 29 machine. So we'll watch, see if we can get a driver here coming through. Here we go. So this is on board with Scott Wheeler Jr. The lap around Kansas with this Gen 4 stock car. A whole lot of power trying to manage it. Through 1 and 2, a late apex, so he can get on the gas pretty straight off the corner. Three and 4 back down to the bottom. This will be the better line throughout the run for saving tires, but pace-wise, I think we'll see everyone right up on the boards for qualifying. Speaking of practice, wrapping up and qualifying about to get underway here in the Kansas Motor Speedway race 11 of 13, the Highline Racing League Premier Series live on FTN. Scott Wheeler. Oh my God! Scott Wheeler will take the top spot in practice. See what he can manage here in qualifying. I believe we've got 18 cars in the field for today's event. We'll watch the man of the hour, Scott Wheeler, rolling off of pit road. He'll roll it down into 3 and 4. Off of turn 4 to start his first lap, and this lap will just be a warm-up lap of sorts, you can call it. So he'll probably be rolling the bottom here with some temping of the tires, and he'll work on his second lap. Unless they are just running the bottom on pace, but I don't think they would. Down to 3 and 4, he is going to go back down to the bottom. I can't remember if they have 1 lap or 2 laps to qualify here, but it looks like it's going to be 1. But Scott's definitely going for it right now. Down under the apron. He'll do a 30.983. Stays on it for his second lap. No one trying to run the boards. Here goes Zellner to the top of the charts. On his second lap, down to the inside, Kenny Brooks across the line. 7, 8 now, 8 cars to start a lap. Here's Pote. Pote's working the top. He knows what he's doing here. Right up against the boards off the corner. And he will go to 8th. Now drops back to 9th. Brian Potter across the line. Scott Zellner on his second lap. Did not improve. Neither did Wheeler. And DJ Stagner goes to the top of the charts with a 30.944, 21 thousandths over Zellner, 39 thousandths over Scott Wheeler. Austin Bloom to the line. He goes to 4th. Can we get a car that's on the track? There's Caleb Morrissey in the 6 on iRacing running a number 98 paint scheme. Three and 4 Morrissey right against the wall. Drifting out of the final corner. Here he comes to the line. See where that gets him. Don't think he'll get him very far because of that drift he pulled out of the final corner. You won't improve. Morrissey 14th across the line. Minute and a half left here in qualifying. James McKee, the only driver on track that has not set a lap so far. He's going to roll the middle through 3 and 4. He'll go to 14th on his first lap, onto his second here. Michael Deitch out on the racetrack as well. Winstead 10th. Roberto Ramirez to 7th. Michael Deitch. Goes McKee off of 4 in the Kevin Harvick machine. Exiting a little low, chopping off some speed across the line. He will do a 31.177, and so he'll jump up above Tyler Rush, puts him 13th. Here's Deitch in the 46. He's going to try and run the top. Oh, he's going to lose it. Oh, save it, but save it. What a damn save. Oh, he does save it. And his both of his laps are going to be absolutely shot. Has absolutely no speed in the 1 and 2 now. That's tough. So we'll ride him more with Daichi, and will he in fact not make it to the line to complete his next lap? And that'll wrap things up for qualifying. Get this race underway. I would like to turn on the grid music. So we will get the qualifying results here. Starting on pole, DJ Stagner alongside Scott Zellner Jr., the points leader in the number 2 machine. Lining up in 3rd, Scott Wheeler Jr. alongside Austin Bloom, 3rd and 4th. Kendall Kerr, Adam Bossie, 5th and 6th. Row number 4, Roberto Ramirez, Terry Brooks. Rounding at the top 10, Brad Kress and Chad Winstead. Row 6, Justin Gibbs and Kenny Brooks, 11th and 12th. 13th, 14th, McKee and Rush. Caleb Morrissey, Dylan Poteet, row 8th, 15th and 16th. Ryan Potter and Michael Deitch, 17th and 18th. I believe that's it. Now it looks like Conman will start from the back. In Q19, the only driver did not set a lap. So that's it for that. 133 laps again. It's a pretty long race here. By most of the FTN League standards, don't commonly see these races above maybe 100 laps, but this one will go 200 miles, is the length of basically every Xfinity Series race here, a little shorter. So we'll see how it goes, putting strategy into things, trying to get some long runs, short runs. This track is a heavy tire saving track. You want to get up and run the top, but want to keep the car down on the bottom to save that precious right front. So I believe they're waiting on, looks like Morrissey, Potter, and Conman, and then we'll be able to roll off as Poteet tows. He'll make some last minute adjustments or something. Who knows? Now the pace car will roll off. Convent, Potter, and Poti all not on the racing surface. Okay, looks like Convent's gonna get on now. They're all starting from the pits. So, intentional what they're doing there. No one wants to. Those guys saying they don't want to start. Oh, or do they? Okay, I guess my iRacing was just tripping out. They are definitely on the track. There's coming last place car, P19. But DJ Stagner will lead the field to the green. Downer on the outside, Wheeler behind him, Bloom, Kerr, Bossy, Ramirez, Brooks, Kress, and Winstead. Your top 10 as we come to the green flag here. Race 11 to 13 in the Highline Racing League. Services and Supplies, Inc. Beer Series. Get underway here as they come through 3 and 4. Okay, Stagner looking for another win on the year. And here they come to the line. Pace cars off. Stagner will lead the field through the restart zone to the green flag. For the first time tonight, we're on our way. And the caution is out. Oh my brother. Poti involved. Brooks. Kenny Brooks gets in it. Like Michael Deitch was turned around to 93 of Gibbs as well. Take a look at just what happened here. Oh, we'll pause it, just need to change some stuff. Oh, fast, here we go. So, the field gets going. There's a stack up on the outside. And Brooks just, oh my gosh, jacks up to 34, gets launched into the air. That turns the 93 of Gibbs, smacks the outside wall. The 46 of Deitch here's to self-spin on the brakes. See what happened from the 46's view. Trying to keep it off of Poti. We can ride with someone else here through the field. Winston. Idea what happened. Harry up in front of him there at 23. And as they get to the line, they go. And then that outside lane just stacks up, and once he gets on the brakes, Kenny just really doesn't check out. Gets right into him. But Kenny gives him a bunch of room. And then when they check up, it's just way too late on the brakes. No time to react. So they wreck before they make it. When they wreck, actually, before they make it out of the triangle there. So a tough start. Takes a couple cars onto pit road for repairs for tires. As a 64 leads the field through 3 and 4, we'll see if we choose this time and get the one to green. To come across the line, the pace car lights will stay on. Go to a quick little break and come right back to you for the restart of highpoint.com 200. One lap to green here, lap number 5 of 133, none of which, of course, have been completed under green yet, so take a couple off of the board before we really get going. 64 of Stagger choosing the top, gives the bottom Scott Zellner. Scott Wheeler will go with him. The 21 of Kerr to the outside. They're fast 4 here as they come to the green. The 64 will be the control car on that outside. Pace car leads the field off of pit road. He'll take the hard left turn on to the pit road, and we'll get underway for hopefully the first 4 laps of the race. Green flag in the air. Stagner leads the field to green. One car gets jacked up by the 27 of Bossy, but they're going to keep it straight. Fanning out 3 wide, no one in 2, but the 64 will get clear, and they're wrecking again. McKee around, Terry Brooks around, no caution, and now it gets thrown. James McKee and Terry Brooks go around and take a look at what happened. So this is chasing James McKee. There's Terry above him. And Terry, Carlo, brother, Carlo. Terry Brooks seemingly just turns down and turns McKee. Gets them both wrecked. James comes down the track, doesn't get hit. Just get me. There we go. Hold on. So, Terry sees a possible. Yeah, I just don't know what the plan was. I guess he thought that James was going to run right down to the bottom, but James has a car below him. Well, yeah, no, he did. He had the car below him. Morrissey gets there. Terry just kind of comes down and turns him. I hate to say it. The second caution comes out right quick. The 29 with damage Terry as well. The field will come back around for some more pace laps, and we'll go back to break. Come back to you for hopefully the first green flag laps of the race here on FTN Heinlein Racing, the Premier Series.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
This message is brought to you by the rebrand of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This publication may not be reposted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. NASCAR Camping World Ford F-150. NASCAR Xfinity Ford Mustang. NASCAR Cup Series Next-Gen Ford Mustang. Arca Menards. This has been the publication of the redesign and rebranding of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This message may not be reposted, republicated, or rebroadcasted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. Thank you, and thanks for your time.
Going back to the green for the second restart of today's event, and it looks like we've already jumped to single file restarts here. The admin's not playing around, trying not to have a repeat of Martinsville. Had a lot of wrecks in that race, so these guys would like to keep it clean, as the 64 will lead the field back to the green again. The pace car lights are off, and hopefully third time will be the charm for this field to keep it clean for just one whole green flag back, maybe just 2 corners, honestly. I think that would be a step in the right direction for sure. As the pace car comes off, the racing surface and the 64 of Stagner will lead us back to green for the second restart of the night. Third start of the race. Across the line they go. The one makes it through clean into 1 and 2. The 64 pulls a huge gap before he even made it to the corner. And the record again. But we did make it to turn 2. Oh no. Okay, Chad Canas, we cannot say that. I did not think I'd have to mute my spotter, but yikes. Science for okay, alright, Chad, oh, that's voice volume, alright. Spotter doesn't get turned all the way down. So we'll get a replay of that, but, you did catch that. We did get a, unfortunate swear word from Chad Canals. Just because I do have the spotter on, and even though I'm watching this, I'm not actually driving, it still, spots the green flags, the cautions, and, the finish. So, here's the 42 of Ramirez. Slides up, and just the 9, Brad just does not really give him any leeway there at all, but I don't think we got the full thing. Here's the 9 getting jacked up by the 3 of Bloom, started up front. The 31 of Poti gets in it, the 99 of Potter gets in it.
So wait, we don't get the chance to repair any damage?
So we'll go back and see what happened here. Full speed, the 42 starts to slide up, and just, I mean, he's definitely clear, but with this car, you can't afford to do that. I mean, you never know what someone's gonna, know how someone's gonna react. Here comes the 99 of Potter, way behind the wreck, and oh my god, he just stays in her, and just drives out of the 31. Thought that Poti would get on the gas, but I mean, you listen in here, I don't think he ever really got fully off of it. He actually got on the gas harder when he was under Poti. So, an interesting strategy there for sure. 42 will exit pit road. And we're going to come right back to the green flag. Short yellow. Holy moly. I was about to put us on break, but we're going green. So hopefully 4th time's the charm. Into 1 and 2, the 64 will pull a gap again. The 3 machine coming off of pit road. Off of the corner. Everyone plays it nice and safe. Potter off and onto the racing surface. Into 3 and 4, and on lap 14, we will get our first full green flag, a lap of the race. Look at that. Across the line. And back down to 1 and 2, Stagner with the race lead. For 2, working that bottom line and trying to get the grip off the white line, but not quite close enough. The 21 looks to the inside of Scott Zellner, the points leader. The 21 trying to hunt him down in that points battle, needs a couple of good finishes. And the 2 bad finishes, just the 2 hours of bad finishes, he's going to get right up underneath his rear bumper. Into 1 and 2, the 21 looks to the outside, and he will take the lead away from Terry. Or from DJ, finally showing what that top line can actually do if you know how to work it. And he gets in there and heads up on his outside, drives around him, and he's going to run down into the middle in 3 and 4. Not as quick there, but he will take the lead from DJ Stagner into 1 and 2 in the Holden Wieners machine. Devin Herschel ripping his eyes out over that. Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty tough start. But we got it going now, I think. Like, everyone's kind of taking a chill pill. Downer up on the outside, actually cornering almost faster than the guys on the bottom. And then getting that corner exit, but he was pushing pretty tight off. Had to get off of it. Here's Scott Wheeler back to 4th. They feel pretty spread out at the moment. Oh, and we got another wreck. Oh! The 31's involved. The 42, Ramirez, not on the brakes. He's going to roll right back up onto the track, where he will park it on the apron. Here comes the leaders. Ramirez on the grass. Poteet in the middle of the track. There goes Ramirez. Poteet is on the track still. Still on the track, trying to get back up to pace. He's going to hold it right on the bottom, and we're going to stay green. See what happened between these two, and there's the caution. Here's Ramirez and Poteet running together. Play it from here. Poteet in the 31. Ramirez behind him. Poteet gets into the wall. Nothing for Ramirez to do there. That's just a racing deal. On board with Ramirez. Okay, well, he really just never got out of the gas, though. I don't think he made an attempt to get off of him, but I still think he would have at least hit him either way. Here comes the leaders through. The caution was pretty late. I think it might have had something to do with Roberto, because they were rolling good. Looks like the admins just didn't really know what was happening until they got through there. The caution's out by this point. And so some cars will come down pit road. It looks like the majority of the field will stay out. We'll go back racing in about 2 laps or so. The field will come through 3 and 4 this time. Kendall Kerr with the race lead, resumed it over Stagner on that last run. Frankly, the first run. Race car lights will stay on. Give time for guys to repair the car, so we'll take a quick break and come right back to you for the restart here, race start number 4. Highline Racing League Premier Series live on FTN, lap 22 of 133. I believe the field will be coming back to 1 degree this time. I kind of didn't realize that it was going to end so quickly, but it did. And so the field will come across the start-finish line this time, and the lights on top of the iRacing pace car should off. There you go. And so we get the 1 degree in here, the 4th restart of the night. Coming to the green flag here. Caution number 4. This will be a restart number 5 on the race. And the field comes back to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air for Kendall Kerr. He'll pull away by about 0.3 of a second before they make it into 1 and 2. Dagger in tow. And the caution is back out. It will be Terry Brooks again. So we'll see what happened here. The second restart wreck of the night. Terry with the wrecked race car. He's behind Michael Deitch. He has about 5 cars in line behind him. Oh, wow. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. He just got turned before he made it to the restart. I cannot believe it. I actually am having a hard time believing that this is the cause. So... Oh, wow. He just got absolutely... I'm sorry. James McKee, what was the plan? It looks like James McKee... James McKee gave it for a ride! Oh my god, Roberto absolutely... What's going on? It looks like he may have Alt F4'd. I'm going to give us a quick check. Yeah, so he did that, and then Alt F4'd. Wow, what a mind-bogglingly dumb decision. But my question is, what happened to Roberto? It's like, oh man, yeah, nowhere to go. Oh my god, this is unreal. I just don't know what the plan was for James McKee. 10 laps to 14 laps down, just got back on a track. Racing for a championship, and that is not going to help your chances here. He will finish last. So the field will come back, this time to take lap number 26. That is the 5th caution of the race. And this is an unfortunate start. Looks like some drivers are actually saving fuel right now as they listen on Kendall Kerr's onboard. On the clutch here, 1 to green, caution lights are off. Let's go 27. All right, let's get an Adam Bossy update. There he is. All right, Emma. How are you related to Adam? We got a lot of girlfriends and moms and dads and siblings in these chats, so 27's right there. He is in P9. I think he's been wrecked though. And as the pace car comes off of pit road, we will go back racing here for the 6th time. Green flag is back in the air. Off with turn 2, everyone navigates it through cleanly. Kendall Kerr back to the line to finish a full green flag lap. Off of turn 2, Kendall Kerr stretching the lead out to 0.3 of a second over DJ Stagner. Coming to the line here to complete lap number 29. Kerr back into 1 and 2. Stagner closing the gap, the 2 of Wheeler. Or the 2 of Zellner and the 97 of Wheeler right there in tow with them. Racing a little harder behind them, the 9 of Kress. The 6, or the 98 of Morrissey, 6 in iRacing, the 54 of Brooks. And a Bossy right there, Poteet, Rush, Kunman, the 3 of Bloom. Everyone keeping it clean. Here's the battle we want to watch right now. Kress and Morrissey side by side. Closest battle on the racetrack. Into 3 and 4. Brooks on the inside. This is Justin Gibbs. Morrissey right there. Brooks and Bossy are side by side behind him. Bossy downstairs. The 34 of Winstead with Gibbs here. Morrissey behind him. The 9 and the 98 train to the top. Gibbs holding his own on the bottom. Definitely not the preferred line for pace. '98 will get clear. The 93 of Gibbs. Winstead drops back to 7th. Bossy 8th. Crash 9th. Kenny Brooks in 10th. DJ Stagner reclaims the lead to 21, and the 2 going side by side is the 21 of Kerr starting to drop now. Stagner starting to stretch the gap out between himself and Zellner. Wheeler above Kerr now, making that pass for 3rd. Morrissey into 5th. Gibbs in 6th, chasing him. They're side by side for 9th. And the 9 will take that spot away. The rest of the field single filed out. All the way back to Ryan Potter. The last car on the track right now. He is all sorts of beat up. About a half a lap behind the race leaders. Everyone on the lead lap except for Ramirez and McKee, the 2 cars that have disconnected from the session. Michael Deitch in 16th, Terry Brooks in 15th. Austin Bloom with damage as well. Kunman back here riding around with Poteet. Got most of his car cleaned up in 12th. Tyler Rush in 11th, and then it goes Kenny Brooks, Brad Kress, Bossy, Winstead, Gibbs, Morrissey, and then your top 4, Stagner, Zeller, Wheeler, and Kerr. They're starting to stretch out. Back down on the 1 and 2, the 64 on the bottom. On return 4 this time, looking for lap number 40. The 64 stretching the lead. I'm sorry I'm being kind of quiet. I'm getting texted by my parents, but having an intense discussion about where we're watching the Seahawks game from. And I tell you, if I did have 3 monitors, I would love to have that up. Thursday Night Football. Who's playing Thursday Night Football? Where I wish I had my my drivers in the chat. Normally I got DJ talking to me. Ty's in there sometimes. But I can't really ask anyone anything. I just have to Google it. So, I think our Jags are playing. Oh no, it's Titans and Steelers? Wow, that's really boring. Okay, I just want the scores. NFL scores. Okay, all my football fans. Oh, it looks like we're tied up here in the 3rd quarter. This is a great game. Tennessee keeps losing good players, so they lost AJ. They lost one of their defensive backs a couple weeks ago. I hope the Seahawks were playing. They're playing Sunday. 64 and the 2. Still stretching the lead out. The field is very, very spread out. The closest gap on the track would be between Poteet and Kunman right here. And then Winstead and Gibbs. Morrissey right on the back of Kerr as well. This is for 4th. Track kind of started to brighten up there. I don't know if I was the only one that noticed that, but the sun's coming out a little bit, it looks like. Good to see this starting to clean up. Did not have a very good start, but at the single file restarts, and now these guys got their heads screwed on straight. They're doing a good job. Everyone working the bottom, saving tires. That's what you like to see. Winstead looks like he just made a pass on Gibbs on the bottom. This is for 6th. Justin Gibbs in the Texas Rangers car. World Series champions, probably one of the most boring series in recent history after that extremely awesome Game 1. Lap 45 in the books here. Stagner still out in front. Scott Wheeler closing the gap to Zellner. Across the line this time, 46 laps in the books. Wheeler closing right up to the back of the two machine. They both working that middle entrance, cutting back down. They went right on the white line, but everyone down on the inside. I don't know how long they can make it on this fuel run. Some fresh tires back here with Winstead and Bossy. Winstead pitted pretty early, so did Morrissey, but Morrissey kind of dropped off for that pace. Starting to fall back off the 21 here. The 64 pulling the lead out to about 6/10 here across the line. On to lap number 50 of 133. And across the line comes the 50, or the 64 of Stagner to complete lap number 50, and we'll go to a quick break here and come back for the last run of the race. See when green flag pit stops start up. The final 100, what is that, 83 laps of the race? Who knows? I can't do quick math.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Green flag pit stops underway from Kansas, lap 57 of 133. And the race leaders are down on the pit road. Caleb Morrissey still out on the racetrack with Bossy, Kunman, Poteet, and Terry Brooks, the rest of the field coming out. Morrissey still out on track. 5 cars yet to pit. Here comes the 64 and the 2. They are 9th and 10th. Kendall Curran 8th. Winstead on the track as well. Pitted a couple laps earlier than these guys. '97 up in front of him. Terry Brooks in 5th. The last car with without pitting, he is let's see, about 17 seconds in front of Scott Wheeler, but that thing is absolutely destroyed. Morrissey's still on the track. Bossy's still on the track. These guys are trying to stretch it to a one-stop race, I think. And at this rate, it might work. They only have to make it about, give or take, 7 laps. These guys right up to the outside now. They're getting desperate for pace. I know the feeling. You can see how the 98 is slipping and sliding around right now. He did a 33 flat last time. He's running about a 1.5 seconds slower than Scott Wheeler, who is passing the 27 of Bossy, who has these guys held a lap down. They're all going to get right by him into pack. Wheeler, Winstead, Kerr, Stagner, and Zellner all kind of running here. Well, Zellner's kind of dangling out back, but he's still there. We'll get around the 27 this time. Morrissey's still on the track. The leader's about to get their lap back. Well, the whatever you call it. The guys on pit road pitted already, about to get their laps. But you see them all coming out of the corner pretty menacingly there. On fresh tires in a line. Running together. 98 right against the wall. Absolutely painting the boards. But it's not going to help him. 3 cars freight train on by. 34 down to the inside. Winstead passing that machine for position. Oh wait, no, I'm tripping. Winstead right on the back of these guys. Look like he just got around Zellner. Here comes Gibbs, the 9 of Crest, the next car in line. Then Tyler Rush. Kenny Brooks all the way back on the backstretch behind these guys in 15th. Ryan Potter, the last car out. Michael Deitch and Austin Bloom have retired from the race. Potter is on pit road right now getting repairs. Looks like his day might be done as well. "65 laps complete this time by Morrissey. Not struggling right now, 10 laps led. I have to wonder how long he can make it on gas. He did pit that last caution. Actually, he might have pitted under green. I'm not quite sure because he's only got 44 laps on this. Okay, so it looks like he pitted on lap 19, and we did have a caution on lap 19. I believe we were under yellow. And it looks like him, Bossy, and Kunman pitted on that lap. And so these guys are trying to run some alternate strategy here because everyone on the track is, I believe, going to have to pit at least one more time. Oh! Morrissey gets really loose, and Bossy's the first one to take. He will come down pit road. Service that garage beer 27, and he is in reverse. Wrong gear. He gets it rolling. Lap 67 right in the middle of the race. Smack dab in the middle of the race. I don't know if he'll be able to make it to the end. I don't think so. But we'll see how long he can go. I believe it is about 45 to 50 laps if these drivers can make it on a full fuel tank. And here comes Morrissey. He will come, and it looks like Hunman is going to come down pit road as well. Never mind. The 8 still out on track. But the 6 of Morrissey dives into pit road. To his box, and you see the guys on fresh tires come screaming out of the corner. This pack of 6 or so, they will all drive around Morrissey. And the next car on their list will be Dylan Poteet. They are 15 seconds off the race leader, half a lap behind Kunman. This Poteet coming on the pit road. Here comes the 8. He will take. And Poteet is the last one out. 43 laps on this run. Kunman made it 48 laps. Here comes Potter back onto the racing service. A clean truck, or a car. GeoGuessr painted machine. I'm a big fan of GeoGuessr. I do pay for a GeoGuessr Pro account. It's a very fun game. If you find yourself some free time, you should play GeoGuessr. As the 31 comes straight down. Oh! Potter gets into the wall. I think these guys might not be too happy with each other. 31 gets around him. He exited the corner in the middle of the track. I thought he was going to try and turn him. 99 eventually will prevail. Fresh tires. Still has a little bit of damage, but so does the 31. Here comes Stagner behind him. On the same straightaway. 4 seconds off, but these guys continue to battle. Third to the outside, the 21 of the Sheen, the 97 of Zellner, 97 to Wheeler. I got it. The Scots, it's the Scots, keep getting them up. Wheeler in the 97 to the inside, and Poteet will take the pit road, the last car on this alternate strategy, and DJ Stagner will return to the lead. He has led half of the race today, and he is back out in front here from Kansas, and I think we'll, since we haven't already, go to a Crank It Up live on FGN for the final run of the race. 59 laps to go from Kansas Speedway, and the 34 or the 64 still out in front. 34 and the 2 were right on the back bumper of these leaders, but they have fallen off pretty far. Chad Winston 3 seconds off the race leader, 1.5 seconds behind the 2 of Zellner, dropping back farther. Winston definitely losing some pace now. Brad Kress right with him. He is starting to struggle as well. He's got super spread out. The Adam Bossy right here. The second car on fresh tires. Here's the 98. Well, the 6/98. 3 and 4. He is the first car on the fresh tires, but only got about 15 laps or so, 13 laps on these leaders. So I don't think he will get back to them by the end of this run. But this is playing out into his favor, I think. As long as this goes green all the way to the next pit stop cycle, it should be a pretty solid strategy for the number 6 machine. He was running, give or take a second, give or take a couple tenths, a second faster than the race leaders right now. Oh, there you go, Lawrence. Lawrence, I'm not even going to try and say your last name. Lawrence Jr., there you go. There's your update on Caleb. He is, he's 8th place. He's on fresher tires, so we'll see where he ends up at the end of this run. Out for the lead, starting to heat up. DJ up to the outside, Wheeler to the inside. .55 laps to go. Wheeler closing the gap, running that inside line, which is definitely how you want to be right now in a long run like this. Having pace on that inside line is exactly where you want to be. Racing a guy on the outside, Stagner up on that outside, of course, lapping a little bit quicker than Scott, but that time the 97 was quicker, and they're both now back to the bottom. The 64 sees that pace, but Scott is doing a great job of getting right on the paint. Out of the corner, here comes the 31 of Pochi to unlap himself. Doing 31.8. He is at least a second faster than the leaders now. Uh-oh. Oh my god. Oh, big freeze, big freeze. Pray for the internet, people. Alright, we're good. Wheeler still running a lot quicker on the bottom. Saved his right front. And that is exactly how you want to feel here on a long run, halfway through a run. And you've got a lot more pace. Then the guy in front of you now, that means he can jump right up to the outside whenever he wants. Probably breeze by him because you see DJ's running on the top here. I would assume pushing it pretty hard up against the boards. He's gonna oh, he gets loose. So does the 97. I think they're trying to give room for the 31 to get through. Here comes Poteet. He'll get clear. Takes away the exit from the 64 of Stagner. Wheeler still staying true to the bottom, keeping that right front in check, but still has a lot of pace. The 97 to the inside of the 64, Stagner, and to the race lead. Stagner trying to fight back, thought he would, but did not. And Wheeler will go to the point on the bottom line. Stagner, a mistake in 1 and 2. 97 gets to him, and around him in 3 and 4 gets clear before he makes it to the corner. Now the 64 is starting to get loose. You can see it. Those tires are definitely giving out. 50 to go. This time by the 49 to go. The 2 as well. Right up with DJ on the top. Kendall Kerr staying true to the bottom as well. Winstead in 5th, running the bottom. He's got some right front damage though, falling off from the leaders a little bit more now, back to about 4.6 seconds. Caleb Morrissey, that pace has evened out. He's going to stay about 7 to 8 seconds behind the leaders till the end of this run, I think. Here's the battle for the lead, that Chrome 64 Holden Wieners machine trying to run down Scott Wheeler. Now he gets down to the inside and he stays right with him. Left the 97, think he's quick, and then drive around him, I guess, might be the strategy here. The 64 is going to take it right back. On that outside, he goes back to it. Trying to get to the 97 now. He takes back up to running the outside. Oh, he's going to pop the wall. And that's the other thing with running the top. There's the danger of burning your tires, and there's the danger of absolutely clocking the outside wall. And that's exactly what happened. And the two is going to get around him now. Scott Zellner in a second. The third, Kendall Kerr to fourth, closing the gap pretty rapidly to these guys within a second. Almost of the race leader. Wheeler putting some distance between him, Zellner, and Stagner. Back down into 1 and 2. The gap between the race leaders stretching to about half a second. Zellner up to the outside, Stagner to the bottom with Kerr. Kendall ran 3/10 faster than DJ that last lap as he got into the wall, but he was also faster than Zellner in second. Scott Wheeler, the fastest car on the track running this strategy. Adam Bossi still has some pace out of his car. Morrissey as well, pretty quick. But those guys, again, like I said, 7 or 8 seconds is as far as they're going to go. Get go, that makes no sense. 45 to go this time by. We'll turn to 44, Scott Wheeler Jr. Out in front from Kansas. I can't remember if he was the one that won the last race I was in the booth for. At Charlotte. Let's see. Scott does not have a win, so Scott looking for his first win of the season, of course. Zellner is looking for his oh no, Scott Zellner won. That's the other Scott. Again, damn it, dude. So many times. So Scott Zellner, 3 wins on the year. Of course, he is the points leader. James McKee in second. He will definitely not take the points lead after a slight incident that he had on the restart. So Scott Wheeler will definitely have a shot at making up some spots in the championship standings, with Kendall Kerr back in 4th right now, and Brad Kress in I believe looks like he's dropped to 8th as Bossi and Morrissey passed him on those fresher tires. Their pace is evened out, though. Kress was a lot slower than these guys that last time. Winstead as well continues to lose pace. The 34 with that right front damage not helping, but he is not having a good time currently. Drops off the leaders, running similar pace to the last couple of laps, but still continues to lose time. And where did DJ go? Oh, he went on the pit road. There he goes. So the 64 is on pit road. So they definitely can't make it to the end. I didn't think they could make it almost 70 laps, but the 64 will be the first taker. When will Wheeler come in? Zellner with him. Guys definitely save tires well, but I think they're going to want to jump on that with the 64 in. Try and keep with him out. Looks like they're going to overcut him. And so if you're going to stick with the overcut, you definitely need to stick with it. it works with this car, especially at bigger tracks like Auto Club. I've seen it work multiple times where you stay out 5 laps longer than the guy that pitted. You'll be able to make all that time back up and then some if you just play your cards right with those fresher tires. The leaders continue to stay out. Here comes Zellner trying to make a charge, but he's going to drop a little bit farther back. That's the 54 of Kenny Brooks. About to be put another lap down. He is currently 8 laps down. Repaired most of his damage at the cost of course, being 8 laps down. Hunman a lap down. Looks like he just pitted. Tyler Rush came down pit road. Morrissey on pit road. Terry Brooks a lap down with all that damage. And Stagner a lap down. Just came down pit road. Here comes Wheeler off of the corner. He won't pit this time. Kerr will stay out. Winstead will stay out. So will Bossy. Poteet stays out as well. Oh wait, that was looking at someone else. Lap car behind him will stay out as well, I guess. So Poteet's the next car that hasn't pit. Down to 6 people that haven't pit. Terry Brooks is on pit road. Oh wait, no, sorry. Terry not on pit road, but Brad Kress is on pit road and he's out. There was Justin Gibbs. And here comes Scott Wheeler. So Zellner will take the lead, looking for win number 4. Wheeler needs a money stop here. Looking for win numero uno on the season. I'm never going to speak Spanish on the stream. That was really dumb. Here comes the 97. Across the center, Zellner. On the back stretch, Bossy will take second. Here comes Kendall Kerr with him. Winstead is down as well. Poteet will stay out. Here comes DJ. First car that pitted. Where will he end up? Surely he'll take the lead back, but by how much? Here's Scott Wheeler out of his pit box. Jay is going to fly by him. There was that sound was DJ. And DJ's going to have a huge lead. Might stretch it to 4 seconds or 5 if he can pull down this backstretch. Scott up through the gears, up to 4th right there. 4.2, 4.3, 4.5 second gap. I think he can make it up. He's got to work it though. He's really got to stay down, committed to that inside. Keep his tires in check. I have a shot at him. Bossy and Poteet still out on the racing surface as well. Got Zellner out of pit road. He'll be the final car out of this lead battle to pit. Bossy was just behind him at the end of that strategy, but on a different strategy again. We'll see how long he has. Oh my God! We'll see how long he's able to stretch it. There goes the 97, unlapping himself from your race leader. Adam's either got to bring it in now or push it until the very end, as far as he can go. Hope for a caution. I don't think this is the race-winning strategy, unfortunately. $33 laps to go. Lap 100 in the books, and the 27 of Adam Bossy continues to lead. Here comes the 2 of Zellner, unlapping himself as well. '21 will get around him next. Morrissey, the next car to do that. Morrissey, one of the biggest winners out of this whole cycle, because he is going to be right up about 5 seconds behind Wheeler. Pitted a little bit earlier, hopefully. Saved enough tire to make this strategy work until the end. He's only about 5 seconds off of the leaders now. Was about 8 or 9 back at the end of that run. Going in 2, Morrissey unlaps himself, Winstead unlaps himself, so does Brad Kress. And it looks like the 27 will come down to pit road. If I can find him on the... Where is he? There he is. Forgot he was leading. I was looking for the battle for position, and he's going to get passed right quick by Poteet, who is still on the track as well. Kind of forgot to talk about him. The leaders are catching him pretty quick, though. This strategy is definitely the most interesting of them all. You lose about 40 seconds, 45 maybe on pit road, and he's going to need about 1.5 seconds per lap to make that back up here if he pits now. 32 laps on these tires versus 11 on DJ's tires. Here comes Scott Wheeler. And look at that undercut. I mean, what did I say? That's 5 seconds gone like that. Maybe 10 laps it took him to get back. And I think the 97 got this one in the bag, unless they wreck. The tire advantage is going to be too tough for the 64 to overcome. He's going to start pushing out. Sees that car in his mirror. Looks to the inside, covers it off. Range 3 and 4, Wheeler will go down to the bottom. And this should be an easy pass if he can clear him. He should be able to. The 64 scrapes the wall. And that does it. Scott Wheeler the race lead with 30 laps to go. From Kansas, well, technically not the race lead, but now he'll take it as the 31 holds the bottom. Wheeler around him. DJ will be next to pass that 31 machine. Poteet trying to salvage this race. Has not been kind to him. He's been up in the air for a concerningly long amount of time in this race. Here he comes down the pit road. So he gave up the lead there on track, so no battles for him. He should be the last car that isn't wrecked unless Terry can't get around him. Terry in 13th with damage, but only 1 lap down. Poteet on pit road still. Will come out of his box about now. So, second is about 40 seconds. The fastest pit time out of anyone was Terry, who was a 40.8 down and out of pit road. 14.2 second stop. 14.1 second stop for Brad Kress. Wheeler and DJ 14.9 second stops. Nearing 25 laps to go from Kansas, not Kentucky. I was about to say Kentucky. Scott Zellner around DJ Stagner, and that 64 starting to lose some pretty serious pace here to the race leaders. They'll fall to third. Kendall Curran, Morrissey will try and get around him next. We'll take one last break here side by side before the final 20 laps or so of this race here. The High Point 200 from Kansas.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
This message is brought to you by the rebrand of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This publication may not be reposted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. NASCAR Camping World Ford F-150. NASCAR Xfinity Ford Mustang, NASCAR Cup Series Next-Gen Ford Mustang, Arca Menards. This has been the publication of the redesign and rebranding of Throttle Graphics and Designs. This message may not be reposted, republicated, or rebroadcasted without the authorized written consent of Throttle Graphics and Designs. Thank you, and thanks for your time.
Coming back to you live from FTN. Just 19 laps to go from Kansas, and Scott Wheeler has stretched his lead out to 1.2 seconds over Scott Zellner in second. Kendall Kerr, Chad Winstead, Adam Bossy, and Morrissey all around DJ Stagner because he is on pit road. Stagner now is going to hope for a yellow. He's going to short pit right here. 22 laps on this tire set. And he's going to give up all that track position to hope for a yellow. He'll get it all back and then some. Here, I think he'll just ride around on this tire set, but this will put his finish in jeopardy. Oh, well, he's 2 laps down. He might have wrecked. Let's see if we can see what happened to DJ. Oh, wow. He definitely wrecked. Look at the right side. That thing is killed. Big into the wall. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a broken right front, I think, because he was stuck in the wall. Overcorrect. Oh, bam. Oh my God. This may be the greatest penalty I've ever seen in my life. I didn't even notice that. Well, Ryan Potter or Connor, if you're watching this is the best Irish defense I've ever seen in my life. Unfortunately, not being put to good use. The right side getting used up pretty good. And if we just switch the camera to the rear chase, you'll see all that right front damage. Well, you can't actually see the suspension, but when he goes to a turn. Oh, never mind. Alright, well, that was a letdown, but makes it all the way to pit road. And then, I don't really want to. Yeah, that's just having your brake bias cranked all the way down to the lowest setting right there. That's what that is. So DJ will repair all the damage on pit road. So this is definitely not a strategy call. He is out of the race. Scott Wheeler out in front. Zellner closing the gap a little bit. Still over a second out here with 15 laps to go. Across the line this time by will be 14 laps to go. Zellner's got that thing up on the boards. He's running down Scott Wheeler, but not by a whole lot. The 97's got the bottom line of 3 and 4, especially down to kind of a science. He is super quick on the inside, and no one's really been able to compete with him even on the top. Downer now down to within a second. DJ, mid-race interview. You know what? Sure. We'll see how this battle, you know, turns out. Where's DJ at? DJ Stagner 64. Here we go. DJ, that was an unfortunate end to your run. Can you give us a rundown on what happened there?
Hello?
What's up?
Hey, I see what's going on. Yeah, I was pushing too hard and got the wall. That's all it was. I hit the wall earlier and killed the car, and both the Scotts are Wheeler and Zellner. They're both really fast right now, so they've got this covered. I mean, they're the class of the field, so one of them deserves it.
Okay, all right. Well, normally I say congrats. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's just we had fun tonight.
That's right. That's what it's about.
That's what matters.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it's about.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, DJ Stagner, don't get to talk to him often. I don't know that I ever have, actually. I gotta put him back in his voice chat. Oh, there he goes. All right. So, giving credit to the Scotts, they're doing a good job right now. Scott Zellner, the second Scott right now, is really working in that top line. He's making up some time on Scott number 1 out in front right now, but Scott number 2 is closing that gap under 9/10 of a second now. Into 1 and 2, he goes back downstairs. Kind of surprised to not see him on the outside of 1 and 2 as well. Oh, too late, David. David, why you got Fireball Talks NASCAR and FTN Broadcasting? What's the FTN Broadcasting channel for? What streams are on here, buddy? Ten laps to go. 9 laps to go this time by. Zellner within 8/10 now. He is closing that gap in pretty good. He's just working the top in 3 and 4, not in 1 and 2. If he gets desperate, I think he can run it in 1 and 2. But he's not trying it yet. The 97 back down to the bottom, coming to 8 laps to go. Zellner trying to work in that outside line, but the 97 is just so... Oh, when Zellner gets loose, you hear him out of the gas, and I think that just does it. I think that wraps it up right there. There's no way he can make up that gap now. You see those little blue pixels up there? That is Scott Wheeler's machine. He's kind of pulling away now. Coming up on the lap car, Sherry Brooks, the reigning Truck Series champion as of last week. Did a good job there. However, he is not having that fateful luck that he had in the Truck Series here today. He's been involved in multiple wrecks. That gap now, it's set at 1.4 seconds, so I think Scott now is just going to try and bring this baby home for second. Stretch out that points lead over Kendall Kerr and the rest of the pack. Hold it at 1.4 seconds. Scott Wheeler gonna hold on to the lead, it looks like. Now the two's gonna go up to the top in 1 and 2. This is what I wanted to see him try. He made up time on entry, and he's gonna make up time on exit. Oh, never mind. That was not fast. Okay, well, I thought it would be faster. I'm kind of disappointed, honestly. Really like when the outside works. Oval refreshed across iRacing coming in December. Hopefully we get to see some more rubber laid down on the outside to make it work a little bit better. Terry will get out of the way of the 2 machine there. But Zellner has kind of lost his pace on the outside. That bottom is all rubbered in, and that's where all the grip is at now. I think he can make the top work, but the 2 was pushing it earlier, and his time has run out. Kendall Kerr 5 seconds off of him though, or 3.5 seconds off of him, 5 seconds off the leader. Trying to do something with that. There's DJ Stagner with the damage and all. Got it all fixed up. 13 laps down. And it looks like another mistake from Zellner. Lost another half a second. Now he's just trying to hold on to second. He doesn't have a problem with it on pace, but hopefully not into the wall. Oh. One car into the wall. Tyler Rush, I believe, just hit the wall right in front of the race leader. We get a quick replay. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a scary moment for Scott Wheeler. Holy moly. He survives. 3 laps to go this time by for Wheeler. Just trying to bring it home for win number 1 on the season. And now he only has 3 miles to do it this time by. They'll get 2 laps to go at the line. Here he comes across the stripe. Zellner trying to run him down again. He started to work some time down to the leader, but it won't be enough unless he finds some drastic time gains here. Maybe nearly a full second a lap, and that's just not happening. Need to see a big mistake here out of the 97, maybe run out of gas, but he's got 35 laps on this run. That's not happening. Scott Wheeler Jr. here sits 6th in the standings. Brad Kress and Kendall Kerr in front of him. Bossy in front of him. Of course, he beat your favorite driver today. And he just went out here and dominated. The 64 was there as well. Got into the wall. Couple fast cars involved in wrecks today. Austin Bloom, top 4 on pace and qualifying, gets wrecked out. Ryan Potter gets wrecked out. Stagner wrecked out. Terry and Kenny Brooks wrecked out. OT wrecked out. Ends up a lap down, but not wrecked out, just wrecked. And as the 97 comes off of turn 4, he survives the chaos of the first 25 laps. It goes green until the end, and he wins from Kansas, takes his first win on the season. And he does it in dominating fashion. 43 of 133 laps led there, about a third of the race. So a hefty job by Scott Wheeler to get it done. Zellner will come home in second. Not a bad day for the points leader. The congratulatory bump to Scott number 1. Scott number 2 in the number 2 car will pull onto the apron for second. Kendall Kerr will come home third. Bossy will come home fourth after that alternate strategy plays out. Does a great job of managing it. Chad Winstead ends up 6th. Kress in 7th. Morrissey back to 8th. Gibbs and Kunman 8th and 9th. And Tyler Rush, the first car, lap down to 10th. But it was all for nothing as the 20... Oh, not the 20, that's a 9. 97 brings it home for his first win on the year. He'll burn it down across the yellow and black start-finish line here at Kansas. That Wizard Ford. Let's see here. I like the Coke Series. This is your winning moment brought to you by whatever logo this is. Culture Designs Truck Series. Probably change that. It's not the Truck Series, folks. This is not the Truck Series. Ryan Parr, my favorite driver is Ty Smith 3. Well, Ty Smith 3 did not have a good day. In fact, he did not race. So, what happened to Ty Smith 3, Ryan? Where is he? He's not in the chat. We're racing. What's going on? Team Scott's 1 and 2. Austin Bloom. How are you positive, bro? You got wrecked out on something that was not even your fault at all. I would be so mad if I were you, I'm not gonna lie. That's good to hear that you're still found some positivity out of this. Alright, Scott Wheeler towed, so that means that we can pull him in. That's big. So find him and pull him into the booth. It could just go to the interview room and make it a whole lot easier. He's in Phoenix? Oh, okay. Alright, Scott. Come on, man. You gotta go to... Yeah, alright, Scott number 1. Scott Wheeler, first win on the year at Kansas. How's it feel?
Feels good to finally get that one. It was a long time coming. I feel like I might have had it at Indy, so just good to finally get one under my belt and not end the season winless again.
Yeah, well, we saw some interesting strategy there after I guess you could say an interesting start. Maybe not the cleanest of race starts. but everyone got it figured out. And then there was kind of a switch up. I think Adam was the one that started it. He pitted like 20 laps before you guys. Did you ever consider trying to undercut or overcut or just stay on your strategy? Obviously, it worked.
I wanted to stay with Stagner and Zellner. I knew where my speed was relative to those guys, so I was able to get past. I think Stagner pit before me to try to do the undercut. We were able to run it green where it played in my advantage. Then I undercut, or I guess pit early. I can't really undercut from first, but pit early ahead of Scott, and that kind of set everything off. So at that point, it was just running my race and hoping for the best.
All right. Well, congratulations. Anything else like to say for?
Yeah, I just want to thank my teammates, everybody at Four Horsemen Racing. They're awesome to race with. I say it every week. I'll continue to say it every time I get a chance. Love racing with those guys. Everybody in the league still, got some stuff to clean up. But for the most part, once we get going, it's a really good product. You guys are sticking through it. I know there are some long nights with everything going on. And then everybody that watches is a tough week in Maine recently. That hit pretty close to home with some family members, in attendance for those tragic events. So that was important. And obviously, everybody that was affected by that is in my thoughts.
All right. Well, congratulations again. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right. I dragged the wrong person. I dragged myself into the wrong chat. Okay. So Scott number 1. Interview over with Scott number 2. Scott Zellner, you beat out by the other Scott, but second place, not bad. How's it feel?
It feels as good as it can be, I guess. I should have pitted on the same lap as he did, but I ran that extra lap to try to get a bonus point for leading the lap, and then I ended up catching him by 2 seconds. And then by that point, tires were shot, and I think I turned my steering wheel to the right more than I turned to the left those last 20 laps. Almost lost it multiple times. So guess I'm lucky to keep a hold of second, and congrats to Wheeler. It's awesome to see a teammate win.
Yeah, well, so you get the bonus point for leading a lap. So I think you've got definitely a bigger points lead than you had. And so that's positive for sure. So you got only 2 more races left, Phoenix and then whatever, let's see, Homestead, the championship finale. So you feel positive going into there, or worried about your chances at all?
Just as long as just keep running consistently like I have been for most of the year. I'm just thankful that I'm up at the top of the point standings after missing 2 races. So just goes to show how good of a year it's been. Not looking forward to Phoenix. Looking forward to Homestead though. Homestead, one of my favorite places to race. As long as we get this stuff cleaned up. I mean, tonight was just a flat out embarrassment. There's too much talent in this league to start out a 1.5-mile racetrack with like 3 or 4 yellows before we even completed a lap. So, we'll see what happens, see what comes of tonight, and hopefully we're still racing.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. Congratulations. Anything else?
Yeah, thanks to my teammates at Four Horsemen, and especially congrats to Scott. Shout out to all my family watching, and thanks for putting on the broadcast. And see you next week.
All right. Thank you for your time.
All right, thanks.
So Scott Zellner ends up P2 behind Scott number 1. Scott number 2. Pretty good terms. Kind of helpful to identify them because you got 1 in the number 2, and who cares? Okay, Kendall Kerr, P3 on the night. Kendall, how's it feel?
Hey, just felt good to get green flag laps in there. Totally embarrassing at the beginning of the race. Just another one of those nights where people couldn't get a grip of the high horsepower stuff. So, once we got that long green flag run, it was good fun racing with those guys up front, and just real happy for Scott Wheeler with everything he's got going on to climb out of the losing streak and get back in victory lane.
All right, yeah. Well, the 2 Scots kind of pulled a gap on you there at the end. Do you think there's anything you should have done to beat them out?
No, honestly, whenever I got out of the pits, I tried to go out there conservatively, just in case, they might get together and start battling. And I was trying to save my stuff, and clearly, whatever I was doing wasn't as good as what they were doing. But, once we got going, it was a blast.
All right. Well, congratulations on third. Anything else I'd like to say before I let you go?
Nope, just appreciate all the sponsors for sticking around. ASC Services and Supply, of course, highpoint.com tonight on the sponsorship, and appreciate you guys on the broadcast.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Anytime. Thank you.
All right, Kendall Kerr, P3, and that wraps up the podium interviews. We were going to talk to Jay post race, but we already got that in, and so we will get the results up and let you guys go. Scott Wheeler Jr. takes the Big Ten over Scott Zelder. Kendall Kerr in third, Anna Bossi in fourth. Chad Winstead comes home fifth. Brad Kress, Caleb Morrissey, Justin Gibbs, Alan Kunman, the last car on the lead lap in ninth. Tyler Rush, the first car a lap down, rounds out the 10. Dylan Poteet, Terry Brooks, Kenny Brooks, DJ Stagner, Ryan Potter come home 11th through 15th. Ryan Potter finishes the race despite being a hefty amount of laps down. Austin Bloom, Michael Deitch, Roberto Ramirez, and James McKee not race. And so that wraps it up. Surely an interesting race, but get it cleaned up at the end, and good racing as always. And so I will be back on the booth for Saturday, assuming that the Full Send Super Speedway Series actually continues the race. And then David will be back whenever he streams. I don't know his schedule still, despite having this issue. But that'll do it. So 2 races left. The penultimate race at Phoenix for this series Thursday next week after the World Cup Series. Definitely tune in for that. Those races are pretty entertaining for sure. Other than that, thank you all for coming out. Leave a subscription if you're new, and